Yep, you got it.
And in your own words, can you sort of give us, our audience and our listeners, how you would describe Cash Storm if you someone asked you?
Sure. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything. It's a science movie, but it also has adventure and comedy, a heist involved in there. So it definitely touches on different genres, but it's a movie about I play a scientist, Margie, and she's her lab partner, played by Shelby. And we're working on a machine to stop a tornado. We go out to, test our experiment, and chaos ensues when we save an influencer and a couple bank robbers, and then kind of go on a journey together.
And tell us a bit more about your character, Margie. Is she the nerdy science type, or is she a bit
Mhm.
punky sort of rock? Is she a bit out there? Is she a bit confident, or what's her? I know it's a comedy disaster flick, so it's all about good humor and jokes and punchlines. And so,
Mhm.
tell us, is Margie? Does she rock the boat a bit?
Oh, well, Margie is definitely more of I mean, she's the intelligent, nerdy one. She's definitely more of the like quirky one. It was very nice to kind of play opposite. The person that plays my lab partner, Shelby, her character is a lot more like she's more of the punky, like, courageous character. Mine is the one that doesn't really want to take risks. She's definitely like gifted and the most intelligent. She's built this machine. It's her baby, but she's scared of testing it and has this nice arc throughout the movie where she kind of gets more confident and courageous from like the support of her friends and all of the crazy circumstances.
And if memory serves me correct, I do believe this was shot in Philadelphia. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was shot in Pennsylvania. It was shot in Malvern, PA. So there's some nice like farmlands and stuff there that we shot at.
And how did the opportunity come about for you, Rachel, to get cast in this role?
Sure. Well, the opportunity came. I had collaborated with Dan Lantz. He's the director. He's awesome and amazing. I've worked on multiple projects with him, starting with I did a feature with him a few years ago called Alpha Rift, and then like different films here and there, like a Star Wars short film and stuff. So we work together. We know each other pretty well. At this point, he's like family, So he had me in mind when he wrote Margie and was, writing the script for the character. I still had to audition and went through that process, but then afterwards, got on board, and that's how I became a part of it.
And Rachel, I do believe it was an independent project, so independently budgeted and financed and that sort. So when you're
Correct.
working in
Yeah.
these sort of productions, is the turnaround very sort of quick from the time you shoot to the wrap? Were you talking about maybe 2 to 3 weeks?
hmm Yeah, I mean, I think it depends, but this was definitely a very condensed shoot. We shot it mostly in, I think it was November of last year. So, I mean, we really just had to shoot in the van and, outside in the tornado. So we were able to kind of, move quickly and at a quicker pace. Plus, it's, a smaller cast, it's an ensemble cast of, the bank robbers, the influencer, us. And so I think we were able to move kind of swiftly, and Dan works fast too. So here we are.
And Rachel, do you still have some of those counterfeit notes in your possession? And dare I say, were they likable to real money? Did you sometimes get confused?
I do have some of them. It's so cute, actually. Like when we did the table read, Dan wrote like our names on like one of the like counterfeit dollar bills. So when I walked in there, I was like, "Is there a $100 bill for me?" But it wasn't. It was just one of the fakes. And they do look really real. Like the prop money does look real. So I mean, we definitely had scenes outside where the money's like blowing around, and I was like, man, if like because I mean we tried to pick up as much as we could and everything too, but I'm like, if one of these like blew away and someone finds it, they're gonna be really sad when they realize it's fake. So yeah, that was fun.
And what's it like as a feel as an actress when you're involved in projects? Obviously, the number one goal is to be successful in a region and then to go nationwide. But when something distributors get picked up and when something goes international and it gets to be seen by a worldwide audience, I know it's in selected sort of theaters, but it's still crossing boundaries, crossing continents. Is that exciting as an actress?
Oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing. Literally, when you reached out to me, I was like, oh, what? Someone like from people in Ireland are able to see this movie? Like, I mean, I just freak out. I think that that's like, it's obviously a blessing. And, I feel really privileged that, other people can, experience this fun film. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very cool.
And when you're involved in an independent project, does it almost feel like there's a more family element to it, a baby element, that you're hoping that it sort of takes off, that you're involved in something that, dare I say, is so precious and tiny to those that are involved in it, rather than a big, massive production that has bundles and bundles of cash flow? When it's something that is, dare I say, that comes from humble beginnings and it becomes successful, does it even, is there even a greater reward to it?
Oh, 100%. I mean, kind of like touching on what you said, like it is like a smaller like casting crew, and it did very much feel like family. Like I definitely have to give the credit to our director, Dan Lantz. Like I've worked with him on multiple projects. I see how, I mean, directors can create an environment that could either, hinder or it can foster that kind of like genuine like relationship building and sort of like collaborative, kind of dynamic set. And Dan is definitely one of those directors he's an actress director. He likes to, use the same actors for multiple projects. So, it feels like a family. I got to know, especially the girls, Rachel Aspen and Shelby Hightower, really well from this film. Like we still hang out. We did like a paint and sip. We went bowling, like, so we genuinely have like good friendships, together, and that is special. And I do think that like chemistry also like translates in the movie, and it does make obviously like the experience of seeing the film and seeing it, be put out there and be released like all the more rewarding too.
Yeah. And Rachel, I do believe it's busy times for you for the remainder of 2024 into 2025. You might enlighten our
Mhm.
audience and our TV viewers where in the near future, possibly, maybe we might see Rachel Nielsen on our TV screens or movie cinemas.
Yes, I mean that would be great. There's definitely different projects and stuff that I have in the works, but right now something that's out is, I did a short film with Dan that was like Star Wars related, which was very, very fun, and that's on YouTube right now. It's called Space Trash. So if you want to see a Star Wars parody, you can check that out.
Okay, very fantastic. And Rachel Nielsen, for the final 30 seconds, I'll turn it over to you. You might enlighten all our audience, all our listeners, why they should travel to Galway or Cork or make the hour or 2 hour spin to catch Cash Storm while it's there for a select period of time and it's in the theatres. And when they do, what's in store for them?
Well, I mean, I would definitely encourage people to see it because, like I said, there really is something for everyone. I know it's a comedy movie, but, it's also that natural disaster movie. So you have danger, you have something basically like for the whole family with like the heist, you have like, the influencer, you have all these different genres and adventure. And I have a co-star who did mention like, it is kind of similar to Lord of the Rings in that it's an adventure and you have these different kind of groups of characters with their different, missions, and then they kind of come together and everything too. So I really like that aspect of the movie, and I think that it's relatable. I think my character is very relatable, so you can go see it, and I hope people enjoy it.